rushes over to check on me. I'm asleep. A sudden loud noise. Mom looks out the window. The live oak right outside is covered in grackles. They're all screeching. Dad wakes up from the noise, grabs his gun and fires a couple of shots outside. The birds scatter. They go to bed, and Mom has no strange dreams. The next day Mom tells my dad about the strange coincidences, the dreams, the birds, the old lady. Dad shrugs it off. You're just being dramatic. That night, the dream changes. There's no bird, just the well. It begins to flood over, soaking the grass and Mom's feet. She looks down. It's a black liquid. Mom turns around to run away and sees the house. It's covered in birds. Mom wakes up. Dad is shouting, and she hears flapping noises. The grackles got into the room somehow. They look like they're trying to get to my crib. Dad is shooing them away, swinging at them with his shirt. Mom scoops me up and runs to another room, slams the door behind her. Hears Dad scream, and a minute later some gunshots. Dad opens the door where Mom is and tells her to grab her things. He's covered in cuts and bleeding quite a bit. We're getting a motel tonight. They hurry out to the car. The live oaks are covered in birds. Every single one, every branch lined with them. They're completely silent. Mom and Dad get the hell out of there. Mom said after that Dad decided sending a priest in couldn't hurt. The guy blessed the place and then Dad knocked down the well and filled it in with dirt. Mom says she isn't sure, but she thinks Dad saw something weird that night while she was hiding in the room. He refused to talk about it at all, and told her never to bring it up again. Then she told me. Kek. Be me. 16 years old, living in Santa Monica in 2012. Best friend, 18, really into the occult, Golden Dawn mostly. In the winter he gets kicked out of his house. He starts living in squats and on couches in Venice. He met some weird people, a little older, who were staying in the Venice area. They were traveling around the country in campers and were staying at the beach. They were into the occult, Crowley, sex, magic, and drugs. Friend takes me to their campers once in the beach parking lot. Very dark, creepy Manson vibe. They promise to teach him more about the occult and magic. He is invited to a winter solstice ritual they were performing in the Hollywood Hills late one night. Hey friend, come with me, I am not sure about these people. We go to a place in the Hollywood Hills, about half a mile from the Hollywood sign. We have to park in the neighborhood and walk through fences, then down into a ravine. We find a small trail leading to the bottom of the ravine to a more open area with cement blocks and a foundation, like a house or something used to be built there. As we get to the area, we see a fire through the trees and a large pole standing up. We stop and watch through some bushes and trees. People standing around the pole. A man was speaking some sort of incantation. Friend says they must be worshipping Baal, a Canaanite demon. This is a black magic ritual. We are thinking it is best to just take off. We are about to leave when we heard the sound of muffled crying. It sounds like someone was being beaten up while a hand was being held over their mouth. Okay, definitely time to go. We quietly slide back out and head back up the path to our car. About 3 weeks later, we saw in the news a bag with human hand in the area. Friend still staying in Venice. Avoids the parking lots they are parked in. Starts to become paranoid. They are following me. Finally, one day, he runs into one of them in an alley off Speedway right by the beach. He asked my friend where he had been. Friend says he has been busy. Occultist staring at him intensely, reading him, as if to see what he knows. Friend is scared as shit. The occultist sees, understands his fear and gives him the most evil laugh and smile my friend had ever seen. When he saw his teeth, they were red as if he had been drinking blood. A little while later the group left and moved on. Be a youth. Spent a lot of time fishing and digging around by the lake near my house. It wasn't on our property, but it was about a 15-minute walk and nobody else was ever around it. I used to think of it as my own private lake. Dad assumes it's owned by someone or some company who's holding on to it, hoping the value will increase over time. Tells me I can play there as long as I don't mess anything up or leave anything behind. He also tells me if you see anybody out there, you get your ass back home, alright? These are the terms by which I abided in order to have my own private lake. Invite my friend Josh to the take one day. We decided we'd try to make a raft. Never got one working. Got soaked, laid in the sun in order to dry off. Shoes and socks soaked, so we were barefoot. The sun is starting to get near setting by the time we're done playing. Want to go home, but we'd brought our fishing poles and hadn't fished yet. Plus the fish always bite more at dusk, according to Josh. He was wrong because we didn't manage to catch anything, and it was pitch black by the time I convinced him we should go. While we were packing up, a soft female voice comes out of the darkness. Where ya going? Come play in the lake. Friendliest voice I'd ever heard. So much so that I wasn't even afraid. Hey guys, come down here and see me. The voice was so sweet and welcoming. We both started edging forward to see where it was coming from. Fuck, Josh hollered, shocking me out of this daze I was in. He'd stepped on a fishing hook I must have left sitting there a long-ass time ago. The sudden clarity let me think enough to decide to grab Josh and drag him, hopping, away. Never went there again. Josh remembers. Everyone thinks it's a tall tale. Lost a good pair of shoes. Told my dad I'd lost them, so he didn't make me go back and get them. It was probably just some chick making a joke and we flipped like autistic dorks. Sirens don't live in lakes. Okay guys. This happened to me last night and I haven't been able to sleep since. I was hesitant to post about it on /x/ because I've been looking for some sort of explanation or something. Trying to see what it was I saw outside now that it's light out, but I cannot and it's scaring the shit out of me. I usually just frequent B, Mu, and Lit, so excuse me if this is something you guys have some explanation for already. Please just tell me there's a realistic explanation for this and that what happened is common. I'm fucking terrified. Get home from work. It's almost midnight. When the door opens, the home security thing does a high-pitched beep 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 chime. In my kitchen eating a late dinner before going to bed. Hear a door open and then the home thing go beep beep beep, but it definitely sounds like it came from outside. I'm sitting right by the back door, so I go check the front door. The front door has a screen door, a wood door that leads to a small entry room, then a second door inside that leads up the stairs into the house. These are loud-ass old doors. Did not hear screen door open. Did not hear main door close. Did not hear second door open. The door is still double locked. No other doors are opened. Nobody is standing outside. Okay, maybe it was the neighbor's door. Maybe they have the same system. Hear it again. Sounds like it's coming from outside the front of the house. Look out the window. Looks like a deer is crawling on the yard with its belly to the ground. Stands up on its back legs. Makes the door opening / beeping sound with its head raised up to the air. It is not a deer. It looks like a guy with deer legs. Too dark to see what the fuck is going on. I'm home. What_the_fuck.gif. I'm home. Sounds like a dog barking I'm home while trying to vomit. Starts galloping away across the street. Beep beep beep. Starts shaking. It's raining out at the time. The thing opens its mouth and holds its head up. Thing starts digging furiously at the grass across the street with its front arms / legs near the hole, like it's looking inside. Keeps walking down street. Beep beep beep. I'm home. Puts head back to drink rain. Digs at ground. Keeps doing this down the block before galloping away down Division away from the city. I do not live in a rural area. The deer population typically stays down towards Melrose Park off of Thatcher by the river. I live just outside of Chicago, literally a block west of the city limits. I have never seen anything like this or heard of anything like this. I am fucking shitting myself right now. I was going to post this story on /b/ but I avoid /b/ like the plague unless I'm bored. It's summertime and I'd just get memed on left and right, and this seems more paranormal than anything else. I've been googling for similar stories and trying to find some sort of typical scientific explanation for this sort of thing, but I can't even find any sort of similar story. My instinct is crazy homeless guy, but its legs bent back like a deer's. It was not built like a human being, and it was definitely not wearing clothes and looked like it had a full body of fur. I don't use drugs. I was not tired. I was 100% lucid and I'm fucking horrified. Please say there is a common explanation for shit like this. Year 2000.